African continent, Uganda is the best. That is what I can say. Good people, understanding people, good market, good governance. Everything has been, it's a right and very good positive environment for doing business, settling down as investors. It is safe and helpful, all departments in the government, very cooperative. So all these have been a good concoction for business, a good environment for business.
Wow. When did you start and how did you start?
The planning started in 2009 while I was still in Rwanda. So I met a group of friends whom we had a plan to start something in Uganda, and that's when the initial planning started in 2009, and the project was initiated in mid of 2010. So as you can see, we have completed almost 10 years. We are in the 11th year now.
Okay, wow. Just getting to know, the entrepreneurs out there, they have lots of questions before they think of investment.
True.
They want to have enough, like bulk.
Yes.
So they start and they want to achieve, like all, they're thinking of achievements then. Did you start with bulk or you started in a little bit of
we didn't start with inheritance from our families, you see. First thing first. Whatever starts from a smaller initial start should always be a cautious kind of. You invest a lot and then you get failed. It is a very big drawback in anybody's career. So always it should be a cautious and a moderate start. Even we can say on a smaller part. And then automatically you can't climb the top floor unless you go from the first steps. So initial steps should be very cautious and very safe, where step by step you gain experience, more knowledge, decision making. All these qualities automatically will develop unless you start small. If you start smaller, you take wise decisions, you read the market well, then you work hard according to that thing. So that has been the biggest plus point for us. We started very small. When we started, we had only 15 workers and only 2 expatriates, including me. Right now, after 10 years, we have almost 100 Ugandan workers plus 7 expatriates. So that has been our journey in terms of the development in 10 years.
Wow. You have quite a number of products on the market, which is kind of a success to you.
Sure.
That's a success you've registered so far. What has led you achieve this particular success?
Actually, as I said, that in 2009, once we planned for this project, there was a huge gap of mid-range and higher ranges in Ugandan market, particularly in tissue field. The market was full of below standard products, as well as only a few products that were being imported from regional and international markets were of high quality with high price. There was a huge gap for the middle income people, where they can people who don't want to buy the lower thing and who cannot afford the higher cost items. So that mid segment, we targeted the mid segment. We did initial market study. Myself, I used to move around every day on a motorbike to each and every areas like Chikubo market, all supermarkets, then nearby towns. What was the demand and what was scarce in the market, we targeted on that thing. Moreover, people require, because they are paying to us, they are buying our products, they need the value of their money. So that was our theme to start with, that we should provide the value of the money to our consumers, our buyers or clients. That's when we came up with the idea that we should start the products which are favorable, affordable, with good quality, no compromise in quality. So we designed the products according to that, and step by step, from 4 products, so now we have around 45 products in the market, low, mid, high and premium segments. So we have covered, now in 10 years, we have covered almost all segments in this particular tissue field, hygiene
So
field.
far so good.
Yes,
Market
so far
is
so
so
good. Yes,
favorable.
market is very favorable. And the thing is, you see, competition will always, it has been there, it is there and it will be. There is no end to a competition. But the thing is, how you mend yourself, you mold yourself according to the competition and act accordingly without any compromise to the clients, to the market. That's where you have a win-win situation.
Well, that's good to know. Something else we can't leave out, that is to do with the pandemic being here, and we're learning to live with it.
Yes.
But I'm looking at that range of products that you have right here at your company, that to do with essential products that were most needed during the COVID-19 season. And many other companies have had a blow, others have gotten out of business. Should we say you didn't experience quite a pinch during the pandemic season?
Obviously, every business got affected. Several sectors, they were completely drowned because of this pandemic situation. Being, maybe it's God's blessing or being in the right field at the right time, our products basically they are hygiene products. So more or less the pandemic was, it was hurting our health and all these things, and where we had to keep extreme hygiene conditions, whether we are at home or at work, and personal hygiene as well. So our products, they are very much related to hygiene. For example, we use toilet tissues every now and then at our home, napkin tissues while eating, these kind of facial tissues for covering our mouth during sneezing or coughing. So these are high quality products which has helped and which has kept us alive in the market within this challenging situation of 2020 pandemic for COVID. So, and moreover, it is like a kind of service to the society. We never increased our pricing or whatever. We never took advantage, bad advantage. Okay, market was there, but there are 2 segments. There is a retail segment and there is AFH. AFH is away from home segment, like offices where people go to work and they use washrooms and toilets out of their home. So that is away from home range. That segment was completely down because people were working at home. But a blessing in disguise, people who are working from home, automatically the consumption of tissues and food products and whatever the daily groceries, it increased. When it increased, automatically people started, there were limited hours of shopping, buying, whatever. People were very much cautious. There was social distancing, then timings, closed down timings were earlier. So they used to stock tissues, food products, whatever, which is required in day-to-day life. So grocery section was always full for people who were working even from home. Kids were staying at home rather than going to school. So consumption of food, all other supplementary items like these consumable items increased. So that has helped us to stay afloat. Otherwise it was a very, very challenging season. Moreover, we make the thermal paper rolls, the bank ATM rolls, the betting tickets and all those things. When everything was closed, most of the people were using remote banking, like online banking and whatever. So the footfall in the banks and all those places were also less. Even betting companies were closed for quite a big period of time. So that has hurted us in one segment. But retail segment, it saved us from getting losses or whatever. At least we survived, that is what I can say.
Okay. Well, thinking about the raw materials that you use, are they available in the local market?
See, raw materials for these things, tissue, if you want to give quality, there is no such raw material which is available in Uganda. which can match that high level of quality. We don't have proper paper mills who can make virgin tissues, high quality, high grade tissues. There are several types of tissues: virgin, blended, recycled, recovered tissue. We have a couple of mills here in Uganda who produce only 100% recycled. So that cannot feed the market. In the situation there, capacity wise, or you can say the quality wise, it cannot cover the market. So the reason now is either we set up one good paper mill, which is on the cards from our side in the near future, but the right quality raw material is still not available in Uganda. Everything what we do is our export. Apart from packaging materials, we import all the raw materials from various parts of the world, from Europe, from South America, Southeast Asia, Asia, Middle East, everywhere. And from Africa, only Egypt is the country which has better paper mills of medium grade paper, where we buy sometimes from Egypt as well. But mostly our raw material comes from Southeast Asia, those rainforest countries who have enough wood to make the pulp, and then that pulp is converted into tissue. So, and then European countries like Sweden, Italy, Spain, Germany, we do buy a few things from Europe as well.
So how do you make returns? How do you make returns to cover up for the expenses in order for you to acquire the raw materials?
Yes. You see, right now, worldwide situation, post-pandemic, situation in shipping industry is very chaotic. We are not able to get empty containers. When the mills, they produce our raw material, to load them, there is a scarcity of containers. Moreover, and the prices have gone 3 times than the normal prices for sea freight. Secondly, the road transport, as we are a landlocked country, we have to use Mombasa port. Mombasa port, the trucks are not available. If they are available, there is a huge jam at the borders. As you can see, if I say about Malaba border, the normal thing, it has become a normal phenomenon that the jam is 10 kilometers. It had gone to 30-40 kilometers up to Bungoma, from Malaba to Bungoma, Kenya side. That queue was so big. Situation is coming up better day by day, slowly, but that is the reason being the proper COVID test done by our government officials at the border, so that no truck drivers who are positive or whatever should enter our country. Otherwise, the situation will go out of control if we allow them like that. So precautionary measures taken by government, we have to cooperate, and we appreciate that thing. A bit delay is there in raw material. Sometimes we face a shortage situation for certain raw material. Like right now we are facing a big challenge. Our containers reached 2 weeks back in Mombasa. Yesterday they started. Around 10 containers of raw material, they started yesterday. So sometimes the situation we have to handle.
Too much delay.
Yeah, delays and all those things due to shipping issues and all those things. Moreover, now because of shortage of workers in European Union, because as you know the UK strain had come, they have again locked down. So the wood which they need, the soft wood, it is not available. The new harvest is yet to happen. It will happen in spring. So it has affected the price for the softwood pulp, the pulp which is used to make tissues. So the price has gone higher. Every day the price is changing. Now it has become like oil and gold. So this is white gold, you can say. So challenges do come. Every day there is a new challenge which we have to understand, think, decide and overcome that challenge. That is the life every day.
Wow. That's a good mind.
Yes.
For an entrepreneur,
Yes.
always expect.
No, you have to accept the challenges. You see,
Expect the
now if you take your take too much pressure, you will succumb to that thing. You won't be able to make a good decision in life.
realize,
Yeah. So if there is a challenge, understand it. What is the issue? What is the root cause of that thing? How can we overcome it? You think automatically you will get an idea. You discuss with your team, you discuss with your stakeholders, and come up with better ideas to cope up with the challenge.
Okay, well, just getting to know your products. You mentioned about, you said 45
Yes,
of them.
we do manufacture toilet tissues. We have 5 different brands. So we have covered the market from the low segment, mid segment, higher middle segment and higher segment. So anybody can buy a toilet paper from us from 500 shillings to 3000 shillings depending on their budget, depending on what quality they want. So we are there to serve the market. Same thing in serviettes, napkin tissues. We do have 4 to 5 different types of napkin tissues. So people can choose from that thing. Then comes for household and restaurants and hospitals, the hand and kitchen towels. That is another range which we produce. So we have several sizes, varieties, and we are the only manufacturer in Uganda who do make authentic medical towels. You know, the medical spreadsheet, which is quite necessary in this time of pandemic. We are the only manufacturers who provide the right kind of paper with the right kind of strength, which helps the hospitals to have put them on diagnosis tables, operation tables, scanning machines, mortuaries, everything they use it. Most of the hospitals, they buy from us those things.
Well, are some of your products recyclable? Can they be
Almost, you see,
recycled?
paper is recyclable 100%. Whatever waste we generate, it is always recyclable. Plus we segregate the waste: white paper, brown paper and plastics. So they go to recycling centers. There are people, there are agents who buy recycled materials, these things, wastage from us, and they sell it to the recyclers so the people, they recycle the papers. For example, our tissue waste goes to, if you know Global Paper Industries in Mukono, they buy our recycled white paper, then they mix other papers and they produce recycled tissue out of it. So all these things, it is interlinked. So not even a single thing it is there in our industry which is not recyclable. Then after that we have the AFH series. We had branded it as Silky Hygiene. So the new types of interleaved toilet papers, apart from the normal conventional rolls of toilet papers, we have tissues which in sheet form, toilet tissues in sheet form. Then we have the hand towels. As you know, due to the pandemic significance and usage of, due to maintain the hygiene, people have started using, understanding the education part has been done. Even our Honorable President, His Excellency, has promoted these things that when you sneeze, please cover it by tissue. So people are understanding. This thing is on radio, it is in the newspapers, it is in your television channels. So people have understood, they have been educated, the importance of covering your face, mouth, everything. So automatically the use of tissues have been increased.
You have quite a lot on the market,
Yes.
like you've been trying to break them down.
Yes.
For the viewers watching. Haven't you realized the confusion maybe among your consumers on what to choose? Or maybe they would make a certain choice of, say, the tissue paper, and that will be the only one on the market that gives you more profit. Haven't you?
One compliment I want to give to the consumers in Uganda. We as Ugandans, we are very wise to choose. Ugandans, as consumers, they are very wise. You cannot fool any customer. First thing, the basic thing is to be honest, first of all with yourself, secondly to your clients. So the clients are wise enough to choose because they know. You see, a person having a lower income will automatically go for a cheaper option for toilet paper, because for him or her that thing is secondary. But for middle income, as the way the middle class is growing in Uganda, they know where to put their money and get the value of it. So we have designed our products according to the market demand. There is a premium segment which is on a very low percentage, but still we have to maintain it. That we should not let our premium customers saying that Kampala city, you don't have our products like us, for us. So we have tried to balance everything from lower segment, higher middle and higher segment. We are balancing properly. So as I said earlier, that you can find my toilet paper at 500 shillings as well as 3000 shillings also there is a toilet paper. Depending on your budget and your likings, we have given a variety in the market. Yeah. So you see, obviously people will choose. Yes, today I have bought this thing, but if I didn't like it, I will go for something which is higher, better, which serves my purpose. That is the thing.
Okay. Well, any future prospects in terms of expansion?
Yes, of course.
Because one thing I realized is that even during the season of the pandemic, last year, 2020, yes, one thing you didn't do is cut out, drop your employees. You try to maintain them, which is a very good thing. Other companies really dropped many employees out there. Do you have like future prospects of expansion?
We should first of all thank to God that God has given us the opportunity not to disturb anybody's jobs and whatever. We were in the market, we were floating, but we didn't leave hands of our staff within this pandemic.
Well, you've been here for quite a while.
Yes.
You highlighted some of the challenges you've been experiencing. Maybe just to get to know about the Ministry of Trade, the policies, how have they affected you?
See, been in quite touch with Ministry of Trade and Industry. So as I said, the environment is very lucrative, and how does an environment become lucrative? When the concerned ministries and offices, they are positive with the investors. So that positivity has been there always. Moreover, as you said, as I told you earlier, the market used to be full with those Chinese toilet papers, those with so through Ministry of Trade and Uganda Revenue Authorities, those statutory boards, which they helped us to assess that we have the capacity. We requested them that we have the capacity to serve the market, but because of the inflow of all these imported substandard goods, we are unable to compete. Those concerned offices listened to our plea and they increased the import duty from 25% to 60% on toilet papers. That created a good market. Right now we have around 35 to 40 converters like us here in Uganda. Everybody got an opportunity, and moreover, as I could say, even in 2019 there were 9 new factories like us, maybe on different scale, lower, medium, high scale. Even in 2020 only 4 factories got closed and 2 more started new. So the Ministry of Trade and Industry helped us through programs like Bubu, Buy Uganda, Build Uganda. That is great, very good initiatives. We have registered, and recently they opened a Bubu app as well. They are promoting the local made products on that app, whereby people come to know. And they involve us as stakeholders in every now and then meetings. Even we did a lot of Zoom meetings, all those things with statutory boards like UNBS, URA for this e-invoicing, IFRIS and all those things. So the part of the government has always been cooperative and educative. If we don't know something, if we have a query, they say you are free to come and talk to us. That's a good thing. That is an encouragement to any of an entrepreneur or an investor, that if your government is listening to you, nothing better than that.
Well, before we let you go,
Yes.
you know, people ask themselves so many questions before they get into business.
Yes.
I want to know what keeps you going, what drives your inspiration, and was this your career dream?
Obviously. Obviously.
Obviously. So
It's
what-
been 29 years of journey in the same field. 29 years.
You wouldn't change it for anything.
I was 21 when I entered into this field. Now I'm reaching 50, so 28, 29 years of experience. And the focus was not, diverted, what I can say. And main thing is, you see, anything you have to do with passion, dedication, then honesty. First you have to be honest with yourself, then to the market you are going to serve. Just an example, have you ever counted how many tissues are there in the box? Nobody counts. That is where the outside products come and cheat us. There is a full load of information down here. There is a UNBS Q mark on this product. UNBS tests its dimensions, size of the sheet, quantity, quality, even microbiology has been tested for this thing, then we are granted the license. So we are honest to our consumers. We don't want to cheat them. But there are certain things, as I talk about honesty. If you come to know that Ali has started mentioning 200 sheets here and putting 180 sheets, that is 15 to 20% loss to you. That means if I am taking 5,000 shillings, 1,000 I am cheating out of that. This should not happen. As for the young entrepreneurs who want to venture into any kind of business, first of all, be honest to yourself, then automatically that honesty will pass on to your clients. Client will be happy that what exactly they promised, they gave me. That is value for money. Second thing, the passion. You see, sometimes you never know what kind of interest you develop when you just finish your university. You choose a field, give some ample time to that thing to develop. Automatically it will develop you as a in your career, as well as your knowledge will grow into. You go in depth then. Once you choose a field, you go to the bottom of that thing then you come to know every pluses and minuses, positives and negatives of that thing. It will help. That passion should not die. Any time in any juncture of your career, the moment you lose the interest or passion for that thing what you are doing, you are finished. So, okay, challenges will come, as we discussed earlier about challenges.
Yes.
Not one or two. Every day you will find few challenges. But how you overcome those challenges, how you understand that challenge, how you react, that matters a lot. Then third thing comes financials. As I told you, we are a group of 4. We are 4 directors in this company. So alone I would have not made it up to this mark. So we joined hands. That one I can suggest the young entrepreneurs. If you have same mindset, same passion, club yourself, make a conglomerate and you start some business. That will help you out automatically. Your risk elements reduce. Okay, income will also reduce. You will have to share the income, but alone you can't eat a pizza. You have to share it. As simple as that. So sharing is caring. That's what we have been taught from childhood. So it's okay. Share is less, but even risk is less. If God forbids, if you lose the business, your loss will not be 100%. It will be only the part which you invested. So you can still survive. Otherwise, there have been instances. I have seen some young entrepreneurs succumb to the situation. They started on a high note, they couldn't manage, maintain, and they collapsed. This should not happen. Join hands. Nothing bad in that thing. 4 brains you will get. If there are 2 partners, there will be an extra brain to think. Not everything I say is right, for example. But if I have a critic, my partner is there who criticizes me, Ali, this thing, we need to discuss about this thing. Certain good idea or some good suggestion can change the whole course. So that is the way. And then some technical education, what you want to do, you need to get educated into that thing. Spend some time in the similar field as an employee. gain experience. See, on a balance, knowledge and experience, you have to balance that thing. This is the way. That day it happens properly, you are ready for jumping into the business. So that will help. My message to the young entrepreneurs in Uganda, in our country, is that you should first learn a few things, the basics. Then you should have that passion. Then, as I said, work in that field for some time. Then you will be ready to face the market. So our product goes towards all the borders. So that demand has been created because the quality is good. Now at least they have started giving respect that made in Uganda is good. That is what we need to prove to the other markets. The way we welcome by wholeheartedly the Kenyan products. No, Kenyan products are good.
That's how we should embrace them.
We should give it back. That no, they should embrace us. That yes, Ugandan products now they are proper. We can spend money on that. That feeling comes automatically. Your sales, markets, everything, your market reach, your share in the market, everything grows. Everything grows.
Wow. I've had a wonderful time,
Thank
and
you
I
very
believe
much.
the viewer out there has
Yes.
also had a share of all this.
Yeah.
It's more than 1 or 2 or 3, but at least we've had a lot of advice
Thank
for the
you.
entrepreneur out
Thank you.
there.
Thank you.
You poured out your heart, really. Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
time.
One thing I would just say as a message, stay safe, keep safe distance, follow the SOPs provided by the government. If you are safe, your family will be safe. So COVID still, it has not gone. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much
Thank
once
you very
again.
much.
For the viewer, thank you for staying with us. And well, I hope you did write down at least a few things. Honesty, working hard, experience. Wow. Thank you so much,
Thank you very much.
Mr. Ali Zulfikar,
Thank you.
Managing Director, Kampala City Industries Limited.
Thank you.
Keep watching Entrepreneurs Hub.